What's happening, guys, and welcome back to the channel. We have a very exciting topic to start off the new year. Happy New Year, by the way. The first video of the year, we're gonna dedicate it to talk about the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, how the open world is going to function, and is it gonna have one or a free roam map or something to give us some exploration now. The gameplay you're seeing in front of you is actually from the Budokai Tenkaichi 2, and the reason I want to show you this, guys, I want to show you and compare to you the gameplay we had then with the gameplay we are having right now, which is obviously Kakarot, which is the most open game to date. Now, these two different YouTube channels, I picked them just at random because they have some nice gameplay. Let me just mute that so it doesn't bother us, basically. But yeah, so this is really awesome because this one is in 4K 60 FPS for the PS5, so you can see the quality is just absolutely top notch. This is actually in Portuguese, but yeah, oh well, you have it. But yeah, it looks really awesome, 4K, so it's just crisp, clean, beautiful, right? It's just amazing. Just awesome. And then going backwards from here to here, obviously it was quite jarring, but at this time, like, this game, the open world mechanics were kind of really like cool, because you know, you had a good traversal, then you could reach a point and then you would like land down, and then you can like speak to an NPC and they would either give you some money, or you can spend money on something, or they will give you a capsule or like a mini side quest, something like lots of different weird stuff, right? And of course the red one is the main story point quest, and the yellow ones are side objectives, or you know, sometimes I think also cities, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, quite interesting. And you can even find the enemy as well by kind of like scanning them, which is really cool. So this is, I guess, one of the most interesting facts. What are we going to get in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero? Are we gonna get something which is like a mesh, like a combination between this you know, the open world, and then the Kakarot, which is of course this one? In Kakarot, you can't just only fly, but you can walk around, you can run, and you have lots of enemies. The combat starts straight away. There's no loading screen, as you can imagine. So I'm just thinking for a second here, guys, what if what they're going to do is they've learned from Kakarot, because these people are not stupid. They learn from the games they make and they want to improve themselves, which makes perfect sense, right? So they take from Kakarot the fact of the free open roam, the fact that you can like go wherever you want and stuff, which is really cool. And then they would implement with that some of the like RPG, oh, stupid at here, some of those RPG elements effectively in the game, which would kind of like help you, like, you know, get some capsules or like fight an enemy and get like a reward, similar to Kakarot, but of course different, because you know, in Budokai Tenkaichi traditionally we had the classic capsules, you know, like buy Z items and stuff, you know, the perks, and you can then put them on your character, and you have slots, you have to pay Zenny for that. So all these things, you know, they were making the gameplay much more enjoyable, and you can just spend so many hours. I mean, I remember when I played Budokai Tenkaichi 2, I spent so many hours leveling Goku and, you know, all the other characters just to kind of like get even better, stronger, get all the items. So many multiple playthroughs, right? What this kind of gameplay loop offers people, really important, is that if you just have combat, for example, in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, we do not have this. In Budokai Tenkaichi 3, we just fight from fight to fight and fight to fight. In Budokai Tenkaichi 2, it was just a sequence of fights, and that is it, right? Which kind of detracted from the fact that you were not that immersed in the Dragon Ball world, which is a shame, because you know, when you fight in the story mode for me personally is not just the fight to the next fight and the next fight. It's about the whole experience. It's about kind of starting your like journey there. Of course, you have the fight, but then you have some exploration, you have some free roam, you have some side objectives. It just kind of fleshes out the story and makes that fight with the next enemy so much more worth it, especially if you have to maybe potentially level up a bit, like train a bit, get better at your skills. Otherwise you will suffer substantially. Okay, so those things are actually pretty damn cool, because it would just give you that freedom, that liberty of like doing something else than just going from a fight to a fight to a fight, and then you just finish the story mode in like 3 hours or something, and that's it, right? So it just removes that substance. Whereas with this one, because you could like repeat the story mode all the time, and like there's secrets and everything on the map, it would just give you a reason to keep playing, and you know, with a new character, like you level them up together. It was just awesome, to be honest. Like personally, I just enjoyed the Budokai Tenkaichi method so much. So this is where I believe they should learn and kind of like combine Budokai Tenkaichi content and Kakarot content together, take the best of each. For example, in Kakarot, one of the negative aspects was some of the map was completely like the desert, that there was nothing to do there effectively, right? So you would just fly around and that's pretty much it. The way they could avoid that is that in the Sparking Zero, they could populate on the map different challenges, for example. And these challenges have different enemies, different combos, different conditions, so they could like kind of like fill it with different RPG elements and stuff like that, which would make it really cool. Which I know they tried in Kakarot, but to some extent, like in Kakarot, lots of the map is quite empty and you're just kind of exploring it, but then you're not doing anything on the map. You see where I'm coming from? So maybe in, you know, in Sparking Zero, because the environments are going to be super ultra destructive, for example, that could play a bit more into the gameplay itself, maybe, potentially, right, which is really cool. But guys, yeah, that's kind of like it about this video. We just want to kind of like cover this topic because I think it's a fascinating topic to talk about. How is the open world, or will there be a free roam open world in the game? My personal opinion, and this is obviously, I'm not talking from any knowledge because this is just pure speculation at this point, we don't know yet, right? But my personal opinion is that there is going to be some sort of gameplay, open world roaming, free roam, or something. Maybe not like a full map like Kakarot, of course, because Kakarot, you know, was quite massive. You know, it had all these things, places to go and stuff. Obviously, it's not gonna be like this because the whole point of the game is to be the fighting arena fighter. So you're not gonna have like all these locations, which you don't really need. But you do need some sort of like environment to kind of explore, take on side quests, maybe like have hidden enemies. It would just be so cool, and personally that would give the story mode a lot of life, because many people who buy this game, they're not gonna play the online, they're just gonna play it for the offline, for the story mode, for the challenges, and that's fine. That, I mean, you know, different people play for different reasons. I know some people don't like online because they just don't have time, they don't want to fight against people because they don't have the skill, which is absolutely fine. So again, it's all about what you want to do with the game, and I believe that the developers should really focus on giving people in the Sparking Zero a bit of each world. Of course, give them the combat, the online, the ranking system, the, you know, the ability to kind of invite people to the room and try, you know, fight together. For example, they would do that, then we could organize tournaments on the channel, we can do fights and stuff, and it would be really cool. And at the same time, give people who want to play offline content, and give them challenges, because for example in Captain Tsubasa Rise of New Challenger on the PlayStation 4 and PC, when the game released, actually they had like seasons and stuff, and even in playing offline you would still get stuff and rewards and stuff like that. So they would never forget about the people who play offline or play like the solo mode or the story mode or like the one-player modes. They would not forget about them and give them more content as well, kind of like seasonal content and like unlocks and stuff and prizes, even if you play against the AI. So that's really important because that's going to keep people invested, and then people would want to pay more money on the DLCs, get more characters, and that's how the game has a very long life on the shelf, and it will never basically go into the drawer. It will stay there because you're going to keep playing it for months and years, because the game will just keep drawing you back into the content and some challenges. And of course, sometimes you may want to try the online, have a go at the online, go, you know, PvP, go ranked. But again, it would be so awesome because there's just so many options here and so many opportunities, especially because in Budokai, in Kakarot, they've done quite a good job in kind of like reaching that point of the open world of Dragon Ball, something that other games have never accomplished, but Kakarot has accomplished to a certain degree. Like I said before, some places are completely desertic, there's nothing to do there, there's just emptiness, but some things were quite well made. So, you know, making a balance on that would be really cool. Also find the Dragon Balls, I mean, that will be really awesome. If you just find the Dragon Balls in the fight, it's a bit stupid. I mean, you don't get Dragon Balls in the fight, you get Dragon Balls obviously in the open world, like in Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I remember that you unlock the Dragon Balls in a fight, while fighting in the story mode, which I just find stupid. I mean, come on, man, that doesn't make any sense, right? Whereas, you know, in Budokai Tenkaichi 2, you actually fly the open world, you roam, and you find the Dragon Balls. And of course, in Kakarot, kind of the same thing, but much more fleshed out. So yeah, guys, that's it for today's video. As always, let me know what you think. Do you want a free roam mode? You don't like it? Do you enjoy it? Do you think it's going to be a waste of time? What is your personal point of view on a free roam for Sparking Zero? And guys, that's it for today's video. As always, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and I shall see you later in the next uploads. Bye.